Welcome back to Reading My Old Fanfiction.
Oh boy!
On the last episode, we met... Are you okay?
I think so.
We met James and Kendall and Carlos and Logan at the bowling alley with my friends Allie and Andrea and Brianna. And then James and I are going on a date. We've known each other for less than an hour, so here we go. So, yeah, we just ate at Sirloin Stockade, and now we're on to...
I'm having hiccups at the moment.
Maybe you need to go get some water.
I will go get water.
Go get some water. I'm going to go ahead and keep reading.
Read your story, I'll come back and
Okay,
see.
so James took me to his special place, and guess what? Guess where it was? It was the park. Yes, the park, I said sarcastically. Well, I have a special place in the park. Wait just a darn second. If you're not from here, what are you doing in Ottumwa? Long story, I'll explain in a second. And the best part of the park, by the way, that was not sarcastically, there was no one else there. Ugh, I love going places in town and there's no one there. That is the best. I love being alone. Okay, so what's your special place? He led me to the doghouse. Oh, the doghouse. Rest in peace, the doghouse. It's not there anymore. They took it down. It's unfortunate because there were a lot of, like, markings for, like, couples. Like, you know, the H plus M and whatever, whoever. Okay. I don't know why I thought H plus M. I was thinking of H&M for some reason, the store.
Yeah,
Okay. Are your hiccups gone?
I don't know. I feel like I'm having a heart attack.
Oh, the doghouse. After you. Thanks, I said, getting in. I plopped down. Guess what the best part of this is? What? Making a mark that lasts forever. What? He grabbed a pen out of his pocket. What are you doing? What's your last initial? M. And what are you doing? This, he wrote on wood. HM plus JM equals heart. And then he put a heart around it.
You're already together and he doesn't know your last name.
Yeah, what's your last initial? Oh, that's so amazing, I said in awe. And, for people to notice it, he jumped out of the doghouse, went back to his car, and grabbed a bottle of Whiteout. Whiteout? Just wait. He jumped back in the doghouse and got Whiteout and outlined the heart in white so people would notice it.
Wow.
Oh, I said again. He put the Whiteout away and jumped back in the doghouse and sat next to me. So will you explain to me why I should know you? Okay, do you know a lot about celebrities? No, not at all. Why not? I'm not into the celebrity stuff. Ah, well, I know you won't believe me, but I'm famous. Yeah, right.
I'm famous?
It's true.
I have a show on Nickelodeon.
Shh, you're too loud. Yeah, right. It's true. Prove it then. He took out his iPod and played a song called Halfway There by a band called Big Time Rush. After the song was over, I'm a member of the band, and my friends you met earlier were band members also. There's 4 of us. He said, Fine then, I'll believe you when I see the music video for it. I replied, I'll be right back. He said, Fine. He got in his car and brought his laptop out and typed in Halfway There by Big Time Rush. See, now I'll prove it to you. First of all, how does he have Wi-Fi on his laptop in the middle of the park?
That is a question.
Okay, let's see. Halfway There, Big Time Rush. Alright. Oh, and we also have our own TV show. I laughed sarcastically. Oh, here we go. Official music video for Halfway There by Big Time Rush, he said. And he played the video, and wow, it really was him.
Oh, it was him.
Wow, I need to believe you more often, I said. Like one of the morals in one of our episodes of our TV shows. Trust is the #1 thing in a relationship. I use that quote a lot in these fanfictions. I feel so special that I'm in a relationship with a celebrity. You'd be special even if I wasn't a celebrity. But I still don't get one thing. Why are you here in Ottumwa if you're famous?
That's the big question.
Well, there's no paparazzi around here, and we're taking a break from our tour, and we thought we would find some special people here, and we did.
You'll find some special people here.
Kendall found Andrea, Brianna found Carlos, Logan found Allie, and I found you, he said, knocking me over with a hug. So thanks to this best place ever, he's talking about Ottumwa. I'm gonna remember it forever. Ottumwa's so boring to me, I said. All there is bowling alley, a park, and the beach, and the rock and roll dairy bar, and the movie theater, and then I go and list a bunch of things that are good about this city for some reason. You said is. You just did too! Haha. Anyway, speaking of the movie theater? The movie theater, do you want to catch a movie? Do you wanna? I do if you do. If you don't, then no. Basically, you're saying you wouldn't care what we did as long as you were with me? Yeah. Then, no, let's just skip a movie and sit here. It started raining.
Just dramatic rain.
Dang it, it's raining. What's wrong with that? I don't know. I just like the sunshine, I said, standing up. James stood up.
When?
Maybe you should feel maybe you should see how the rain feels, James said, and pushed me out of the doghouse. I screamed. Maybe you should know how I feel now, I said, pulling him out into the rain. We both fell in the mud. I screamed, and then we both laughed. ... I feel like this is the start of a great, strong relationship, James.
Yes.
I've never had a special moment like this in my life, and I feel like it would be the best moment ever. Anyway, we just stood in the rain together, muddy, even though it was really romantic. By the way, again, I do really wish this was real, because James is my second favorite member of the group. Kendall is my first.
Second favorite.
Kendall is my first, and I know what you're thinking. Why don't you make a story about him instead? Well, guess what? I did, and it's 42 pages long.
It's a long one.
And together we walked back inside the doghouse. Wow, this is like the best day ever, I said in amazement, because I thought nothing like that would happen in my life. I know, James replied. I always spell replied wrong. I spelled it with an L-Y instead of an L-I. I wrapped my arms around him and we sat in silence for a while. So you have your own TV show? Yeah, care to watch an episode? Sure, but how? I've got a couple episodes on my iPod. So tell me about them. Okay, we have Big Time Break, which is where we have a day off and everyone does whatever they want. Then we have Big Time Demos, where the top secret music advisor chooses the band that stays in LA. Then let's just start with watching the first one, for now anyway. So we watched Big Time Break, and I only paid attention to the parts with James. There was a part about James's washboard abs. Washboard abs? I asked him. They paid me to do that part. How much? $20.
Wow.
That's how that works.
Yeah, that's exactly how much they get paid for.
Oh, you must be really broke. Or did you do it for publicity? Anyway. Jeez. I didn't know how... I told you this was really bad. And then we watched Big Time Demos. Mercedes didn't date James because he was too pretty. I laughed. You really are pretty. But I would save the word pretty for a girl and handsome for a guy. I laughed. It would be wrong to say that you're handsome, James said to me. I laughed as hard as I could. Ha ha ha, ROTFL, crying laughing emoji. I laughed even harder and started coughing. Whoa, 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 are you okay? I shouldn't have even brought that up, he said laughing. Yeah, I'm fine. That's just hilarious. I cleared my throat. Anyway... It finally stopped raining and the sun came out, and a really young girl came out of the middle of nowhere. Hi, James, I'm your biggest fan. Can I have an autograph? She asked him. Sure, anything for my biggest fan, he said, signing the sheet of paper. Oh, and one quick question. She whispered in his ear. Yeah, cool, huh? She's pretty, she whispered back. I know, he replied, and she skipped away. Stole that line from Victorious. What? I asked him. She said you were pretty. He replied, Aw. I wrapped my arms around him and closed my eyes. Hey, this one kid yelled. Get a room. I looked up. Go flirt somewhere else. You're blocking the best part of the park, he yelled at us. James got up. Do you not see me here? I'm the James Maslow, the handsomest guy around, he said to him. Says who? Says Haley Miller.
Whoa.
Oh, and that's me for your information, I said to him. I got up. Come on, James, let's go somewhere else. I said, Ah! I screamed at the kid and I scared the crap out of him, and then I pushed him aside. I left the doghouse and James followed me. If you live in Ottumwa and you've been to the park, you've seen the huge metal swing, right? I walked over to that swing and sat down. Nathan and I were swinging on that swing in one of the clips in one of our vlogs. I'll link it down below. Okay, James sat down, and then after the kids got up and got in the doghouse, all we heard was, ew! It made me jump. I stood up. What was that? I asked. James laughed. They must have saw our HM plus JM equals heart things. Or heart thing. Kids, I said, shaking my head and sitting back down. So, now what? I asked. I don't know. I just feel like sitting here being with you. Well, I said, getting up. I feel like taking a walk. Want to come with me? Duh. He said, getting up. He grabbed my hand and we walked over to the road. We walked in silence for a while and then we started talking. I never want this day to end, because when you go back on tour, I'm not going to be able to see you again for a while. And when are you going back on tour? Next Saturday. Next Saturday? I said, surprised. Whoa, 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 you only have 7 more days to stay? I said, upset.
No, 7 days.
Yeah, but I promise I'll spend the whole week with you. That's not going to be long enough. 7 days will go by in a flash. I just can't let you leave. I started crying. Oh man, this sounds really familiar to our first week together.
Except you've known him for a day.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. I have to go. I promise I'll video chat with you every day. This is sounding more and more familiar. How long will you be on tour for? Oh, I totally I totally forgot. Let me guess. A month? James shook his head. More than a month? He nodded. 2 months? He shook his head again. What? I started crying even harder. 5? 6. Half the year? I cried.
Oh,
He nodded. I walked towards him. You can't be serious. Yeah, I am. When is the next day you have off tour? We go on tour for a week, then we have a day's rest. Maybe I could see you then. Hello? His phone rang. Oh yeah, that's great. No, I'm fine. Just in a relationship with someone that's really close to me. Okay, bye. Who was that? Our bus driver. We're not visiting Ottumwa ever again. I just then heard thunder, so we ran back to James's car and hopped in. What do you mean by ever again? I'm not gonna see Ottumwa ever again. I just can't explain. After I leave Ottumwa, I'm never gonna see you again. James, you can't do this to me! I just have to see you. I love you and I just can't let you go, I said, hugging him.
It's been a day.
Less than. I know it's gonna be hard, but me and you are just gonna have a long-distance relationship if you want to stay together. Long-distance relationships don't work. You're just gonna have to choose between me and your career. I'll have to think about it. That's a really hard decision. I really care about you and I never want to let you go, and my career is important because it keeps me and my friends connected, but I'll have to think about it. If you don't choose me, then you'll have a really hard time finding someone else like me. Something I would never say in real life. Anybody can find anyone better than me.
No.
I understand that, and I love you too. Wait, I have an awesome idea. Go for it. Okay, here, let me call our manager. He called their manager. Hey, yeah, it's James. Yeah, I was wondering if we were allowed to bring someone on tour with us. I smiled real big. Sorry, he said you're not allowed to come unless you're family. You can just take me home then. What about your mom? I'll explain everything to her. So we left the park and I gave James directions to my house and he dropped me off. Well, I said, unbuckling my seatbelt, thanks for the great day. I need your phone number before I forget. Here, he said, giving me a sheet of paper. It's star, 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 star. I literally put stars on here. I wrote his number down. Thanks. And my number, it's, repeat the same thing, all the stars. Thanks. What time do you usually wake up in the morning? Like 8? I'll call you in the morning then.
8.
Okay, thanks again for the awesome day. I kissed him on the cheek and I opened the door. Bye, James. Bye. I shut the door and walked inside. Where have you been, young lady? Asked my mom. With James? I was so worried about you the whole time. You escaped out of my car without me noticing, and then you spent the rest of the day with him? Yeah, basically. I told you you're not allowed to have a boyfriend. I'm 17. What age were you when you had your first boyfriend? Alright, I'm gonna stop for a second.
Oh no.
How old were you when you started kissing girls? That is not the issue.
That is not the issue.
The issue is you're treating me like a child. Okay, anyways. Yeah, what age were you when you had your first boyfriend? 15? But that's not the point. Yeah.
That is not the issue.
Basically, you're acting like a hypocrite. I stalked to my room and slammed the door. I got out my phone and added James to my contacts, and I called him. Hey, James, it's Haley. I was wondering if you could tell me Kendall, Carlos, and Logan's phone numbers. I wrote all their numbers down into my contacts. Thanks, James. I gotta go. I love you too. Bye. I hung up and called Kendall, Carlos, Logan, and asked them about their day. Then I told them about mine, and it was almost 10. So I ate dinner at 11 and went to bed. Alright, and then
Didn't you go to a restaurant with them then?
Yeah.
Why are you eating dinner? You ate dinner.
I ate dinner at 10, and then we went... Let's see, I didn't get home until 7, so it was probably like 5 or 6, or 5 or 4. So, we went to the bowling alley at noon. Noon at 1-ish.
Yeah.
So that would have been a fine
okay.
time. Plus, we went to buffet. I don't know. Anyways. Okay, also, by the way, the orange parts are the romantic parts. So,
everything's in red.
Everything's in orange. Yeah, I know. Alright, yeah, these are all romantic parts. Okay. Okay. I think I'm gonna stop here because this is the end of the day. So, in the next episode of reading my old fan fiction, I'll read a few pages, and here's the title for the next one. 6 days till James leaves. Today, beach, tennis, movie, bets. There you go. There's a little preview. Stay tuned. And we're going to find out. I don't remember what the bet is. So this is going to be, I'm going to be reading this like for the first time in a long time, like years probably. All right. We'll catch you in the next episode. Bye.